Dear students, in this lecture, at first, we will show mathematically that the distance between two successive antinodes and nodes are equal, and that is lambda by 2, where lambda is the wavelength of the standing wave. This is discussed quantitatively at the first lecture in the first identity. Students, in this lecture, we will also know about bits of sound and its mathematical expression. Let's start. Students, you have known from the first identity of the first lecture that the resultant displacement of two plane progressive waves is of the form y equal to a cos omega t, where a is the amplitude of the resultant wave, k equal to 2 pi by lambda, the magnitude of the wave vector. When the amplitude is maximum, that means a equal to a max, we get the antinodes, and when the amplitude is minimum, that means a equal to a min, we get the nodes. In this diagram, a denotes the antinodes and n denotes the nodes. The distance between two successive antinodes is equal to lambda by 2, and also the distance between two successive nodes is also equal to lambda by 2. Now we will show this mathematically from this expression. At first, we will calculate the position of the nth antinode. Look at the position where cos kx plus minus 1, we have a equal to a max equal to plus minus 2a. Now cos kx equal to cos 2n into pi by 2 for plus minus 1, or kx equal to n pi, or x equal to n pi by k equal to n lambda by 2, as k equal to 2 pi by lambda. This is the position of nth antinode, and here we denote this position by xn. So the position of the nearest next antinode is equal to n plus 1 into lambda by 2. Thus, the distance between two successive antinodes is the difference between xn plus 1 and xn, and when we put this value, we get xn plus 1 minus xn equal to lambda by 2. The position of nth node. At the position where cos kx equal to 0, we get a equal to a minimum equal to 0. Thus, cos kx equal to cos 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, and from this expression we get x equal to half 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2, and this is the position of nth node, and we denote it by xn. Thus, the nearest node xn plus 1 equal to half 2 into n plus 1 into lambda by 2. Therefore, the distance between two successive nodes is equal to lambda by 2. So, we found that for antinodes and nodes, the distance is equal, and that is equal to lambda by 2. We have also pointed out in the previous lecture that the distance between the node and its nearest antinode is equal to lambda by 4. Now we will find this mathematically. For that, here we will subtract the position of nth antinode from the position of nth node. The position of nth node is equal to half 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2, and the position of nth antinode is equal to n into lambda by 2. Then the distance between a node and its nearest antinode will be this minus this, and that is equal to lambda by 4. Now look at the diagram. This portion are the loops of the standing wave. Thus, the portion of standing wave pattern lying between two consecutive nodes is called loop. All the particles in a given loop vibrate with the same phase but different amplitudes, and the particles in two consecutive loops vibrate in opposite phase. In the next section, we will discuss about bits of sound. Beats is an interesting phenomenon arising from the interference of waves. When two harmonic sound waves of very similar but not same frequencies interfere with one another, we hear audibly distinct waxing and waning of intensity of sound. This phenomenon of sound is called beats. The beat frequency is the measure of the difference between that two similar frequencies. Now we will prove it. For this purpose, we have considered two harmonic sound waves of nearly equal frequencies N1 and N2 and of same amplitudes A, and that sound waves is represented as y1 equal to A sine 2 pi N1t and y2 equal to A sine 2 pi N2 t. Now, according to superposition principle, the resultant displacement y equal to y1 plus y2, and that is equal to A sine 2 pi n1 plus n2 into t by 2. Now we will study two cases. For case 1, at the time when cos 2 pi n1 minus n2 into t by 2 equal to plus minus 1, we get A equal to A max, and that is equal to plus minus 2A. Now from this expression we may write cos 2 pi n1 minus n2 into t by 2 equal to cos 2m pi by 2, where m equal to 0, 1, 2, and then we get t equal to m by n1 minus n2. We denote here by tm. Thus, the time for nearest next maxima t m plus 1 equal to m plus 1 by n minus 1. Just m is replaced by m plus 1. Thus, the time interval between two successive maxima will be tm plus 1 minus tm, and that is equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. Thus, the beat frequency will be equal to n1 minus n2. Case 2. At the time when cos 2 pi n1 minus n2 into t by 2 equal to 0, we get A equal to A minimum equal to 0. Thus, from this expression we may write cos 2 pi n1 minus n2 into t by 2 equal to cos 2m plus 1 into pi by 2, and we get t equal to 2m plus 1 by 2 into n minus 1. We denote as previous, this is equal to tm. Then t m plus 1 equal to 2 into m plus 1 by 2 into n minus 1. Thus, the time interval between two successive minima will be tm plus 1 minus tm equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. Thus, the beat frequency will be equal to n1 minus n2. Hence, from both cases, we found that the beat frequency equal to the difference between the frequencies of the sound wave which interfere with one another.